Okay, I want to start out by saying thanks for purchasing one of my kits, and in this video I'm going to show you how to put together the Gillnetter. It is one of the tougher puzzles. So anyhow, you get her open, and a lot of these pieces should just pop out fairly easy. If not, it's just a twist and a pop. And I don't know if you can see how that leaves a little nubbin on the end. Clean those off, okay? Whether if you got a utility knife, but twist and pop. So if you don't clean them off, you're going to find that those little nubbins get in the way and are going to make your project way more difficult than necessary. So in this puzzle, not all the pieces have numbers, so that was A, B, C, D. But especially on these cabin pieces, they've got to be clean on the bottom or you're really going to struggle. So and again, you can see it's just a little twist and pop. They really are pretty tough pieces, but if your fingers aren't real tough, it might be a challenge to take a utility knife and pop those pieces out. Is a little bit of a shortcut there for you. So okay, so we've got everything almost popped out here. I'm going to go ahead and finish that up. These little guys get pretty small. Okay, so there's our anchor and some more scrap. So we're going to start with part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so we got those stacked up. Kind of line them up a little bit, and we're going to get our stern reel kind of put together here, and just slip those into, and they should press right on down into part 1. So just a matter of aligning everything. I don't know if you can see that, but it should go all the way down and kind of come out on that bottom piece, number 1 there. Okay, I'm going to stick both of these in. And again, don't get frustrated. Just try and align things the best you can and stick them in there. Okay, so we got that done. We're gonna just set it down for a second, and if you set it down, it could come apart on you, so you got to be a little bit careful picking up, taking down. So our 2 outside pieces that have the engraving on them, one's A and one of them is going to be HI. I think it's going to be called I, part I. And so let's set those to the sides and start with part B. Is going to go in this little section right here and pushed over and push down flat onto that bottom piece down there. Okay, so that's B. C is going to go right beside it. Again, making sure that little nubbin on the bottom is clean. Okay, if that is sticking up, you're going to have a hard time aligning everything at the end of this. So make sure those are clean. Part E has that grabber hook on the bottom and the flag on top. And it goes through the bottom of part number 1 and send all the way down. What was that? D. We've got F. G. H has a little nubbin on the bottom there we need to clean up. Okay, and this can get tight. So let's see how we do. Pushing everything over. And we'll see if we can slip that in there. And making sure it goes down. Pressing everything in. And it looks fine. So with that done, we're going to start back on this end, I guess, and put A in. Push that over. And we'll slip I, and on the opposite side it's going to get pressed down. Now all of these have to be aligned in order to get our bow section to slip in and pressed in all the way. Oop. And that gets pressed in. And tell you what, let's go to this part right here. I don't know if you got to see all that. I'm kind of watching the puzzle rather than where my camera was. But this will hold everything together. If we can get this to slip in and pressing part D down, so that'll go in. Okay, and that's a little bit tight. If it's too tight, you may have to disassemble and take some of those little nubbins off. If not, you might get a sanding block. Okay, if you find yourself ever in the situation where the parts are too tight, my wood thicknesses change a little bit, take a sanding block and sand that down a little bit. Okay, just a little bit. All this stuff is laser precision, so we're talking about thousandths of an inch that you may have to take off to make it fit easier. Okay, so you press that in, and it's got to be aligned. If it's not aligned, you're gonna fight it forever. So, and that's it. Okay, so I don't know if you could see how that. Grab that bottom section and pushing it down, and there it goes in. I'm also thinking you may have missed how this one went in. You can see how all of those have to be aligned. If they're not laying flat on the bottom of the boat, you're going to struggle getting those in. Another reason why those little nubbins on the bottom have to be taken out. So that's going to slide in and right into place. At this point, a drop of glue, and you can stick that anchor in, and it just takes a little alignment and you press that into position, and that keeps everything on the front side aligned and held together as well. Then we got our visor, and it is going to slide in. A little drop of glue right there before you slide this baby in. And again, everything has to be aligned. These two outside parts still aren't attached to anything, so those have got to be aligned or it's not going to go in. And there it is. That goes in, and I think that's really the whole thing. And there you got your an Alaska Gillnetter Bristol Bay workhorse right there. So again, I want to thank you for purchasing one of my kits. You can find all of my kits on my Facebook page. You type in Great Alaska Wood Kits and you'll find me there. Thanks and enjoy.